Good morning, guys. Okay, so Bitcoin has been pushing up quite nicely. We're sitting at 115, and the hope and the dream, as always, was as nicely illustrated by the point and figure, Bitcoin's point and figure chart, is that we should go to 120 at least, and then turn bearish as hell. And in the process of that, maybe that will complete a wave set for the alts, a 0 to a 1. And bearish as hell, meaning that the alts will retrace and we can buy some really good alts. Now, we all know that the point and figure is a destination map. So it could be that this happens right here where we're at right now, 115, retrace back to 113 to give us some really good alt entries. And that's the idea for today. I'm trying to look and anticipate on how the market's going to move and try. Because it's, as you know, the rule goes, we don't want to be right. We want to make money. So it's all about that. So we are allowed to second guess our decisions and so forth. Okay. Yes, hold on one second. My dog is running up and down. He wants to play ball now. Okay. Morning, Renee. Morning, Mr. Firestorm. About 40 people joining in live as we're going on. Monday morning, it's a quiet one. So make sure to say hi while you're at it. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. Okay. Let's get in Bitcoin big picture things out of the way real quick. Now, you remain bullish, and you have to remain bullish until this fractal plays out. And it's a very simple fractal to take with you and remember. So keep the screenshot, duplicate this on your own charts, and use it. So the rule is simple. When there is strong bearish divergence, which we clearly have at the moment, it's not considered a bearish signal until we fall below the support level of the pivot that creates the bearish divergence. That's when stuff turns bad. Okay, so we're allowed to be hopeful. Now, the same then goes for a bearish scenario. So when we were at the bottom, we were optimistically bullish until what happens? The strong bullish divergence. Let me just move that up. There we go. When are they just going to remove these buttons? Because I've never used them in my whole life. Okay, but in any case, strong bullish divergence, and it's a bearish indicator until what happens? We fall past the originating pivot, and we reclaim it, turning it into support for a bullish scenario, or resistance for the bears at that stage. Okay, simple as that. So where we're at right now, we've had divergences, many of them, retraces. We've not fallen past any of those support levels. So the 104 level remains a significant point for Bitcoin. And that is your sentiment indicator for the alts in general. Okay. Looking at the total market cap of the altcoin. So we can look at Bitcoin. We can look at total market cap. This is now Bitcoin and the alts. What do we have? We've got bearish divergence again. But what are we doing? We're staying above that support area. So things were a little iffy. Now, this is daily. Let's go weekly timeframes. We need to look at this on the weekly timeframes. What do we have? Divergence. It's there. Strong bearish divergence is there. Strong bearish divergence is there. But as long as we stay above that pivot, the market caps, everything still looks bullish. We want to go on higher. Okay. Let's take Bitcoin out of the picture. Let's just look at ETH and the remaining top performing alts. And we do exactly the same. Switch to a line tool. What do we have? Okay. We have strong bearish divergence. Okay. Yet again, it's a sign of strength. It's not a sign of weakness at this stage. So there's the pivot. Thou shalt not cross. Let's remove the old lines. Okay. And it means very simply put, well, let's just bring it back. Very simply put, any upside now is probably not going to make sense for people. It's going to look like the market wants to be bearish, but it keeps on going to the upside. And you play in harmony of that. You trade with the current trend unless the market cap starts falling below 1.6 trillion, because then the alts and everything is now losing support and things will turn bad, and that's it. Now, what do we have from a fundamental point of view to support this crazy idea or this momentum? It's very simple. We've got the FOMC federal funds rate coming in this week, Wednesday, on the 17th of September. Now, the forecast is saying that it's going to go down to 4.25%. So current rate is between 4.25 and 4.5. Okay. And the idea is that they're going to drop it by about 25 basis points. Maybe I need to just zoom out or do something because the camera is now in the way. Charts, no camera. Let's do that. There we go. Back. So we're moving that into, you know, a 25 basis point rate cut. Now there's a few outliers that says it's going to go a little bit crazy, but it is worth asking the question. So what is the question? Is this been priced in? Okay. And typically, if we then have a look at that on Bitcoin on the daily time frame, that question is showing up in the following way, by means of a hidden bearish divergence on the daily. So we're sitting right in that seller's sweet spot. So keep an eye on from now until Wednesday, because if it's going to be priced in and it's going to sell off, we won't go above $117,000. With a few $100 nearest there makes no difference, because that will delete the hidden bearish divergence. So if the bears are in control, and the fact that the market was going to drop the rates is the reason for the pump, so you buy the rumor, you sell the event, this is a really good opportunity to do just that. Okay. And now this doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because the rate cuts is a bullish signal for everybody at the moment, which means that if this does happen and we do get the downside for Bitcoin, that is what's going to bring the alts into some really good buy zones. Okay, now let's see what else. Good morning, Mr. Dean. Good morning, Chris. Yes, I am back from my crypto break. It's worthwhile, you know. What's it, Simon Sinek, that says go and sharpen your axe at least once and now and then. You know, you're going to get more done. So I had to take a little bit of a breather, I think, you know, just to get the batteries loaded for the next leg, because what I'm going to show you now is really, I think, going to be an exciting time for us. Okay, so over to the alts then. I'm going to bring up. Let's do this. I'm going to bring up Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, and I can actually use this chart real quick. So Bitcoin 4-hour time frame, this is what we've been doing. We've been holding from at least 108 thereabout, looking at this move. So where I'm at right now, this morning in the market tactics for the premium group members, I basically said it's a sell. Okay, take some profit. You can still keep a few positions on for if you want to try and, you know, wait for the bounce. But this is a really good take some profit scenario, because personally, until we break through that level, you know, you will never really know. So taking some profit would mean that even if we go higher, then there will be a retrace and I can buy, or we go down indefinitely, you know, that kind of thing. So we don't know. But what we do know is there's some good gains. Time to take some good profit there. Okay. That said, let's do this. Head over to this chart. That said, what do we have right now? Okay, we can see that there's normally a lot of supply that enters the market around these areas. So the supply and demand rate is also supporting the fact that we are no longer, we haven't really been following this demand right here. Let's zoom in there. I'll make it a little bit bigger for you now. We haven't really been following that demand there, and we're on a demand test right now. So we're in a larger downtrend still. This area is to be considered as a seller's area. RSI is going down. We're still far away from creating more hidden bullish divergence. So a test of the axis is in order, 113. And that's the kind of minimum short TP targets we get. So even if we do that, that is still the play for me. So if you're bullish, you're bearish, and if you're bearish, you're bearish. And that's basically the play. But this is a really good sign, because now if you look at coins like Solana, I said, well, hold your Solana 240. We're not at that area. So what's happening now? Solana is now trying to create hidden bullish divergence, trying to look for another push. I think Solana is now done for me for now. We've been waiting for this area, 240. Now's the time to say thank you, take some profit. Coins like AAVE still hovering around the important resistance / support level for more. So I would rather be looking at getting in on some AAVE next time round. Solana has now had a really good run, in my opinion. Coins like Link, I mean, I shared this chart with you guys yesterday, last week. daily time frame. I think in anticipation of a big move, Ethereum starts going, Link does well. Link was the first to move back in the bear market. Okay, so I believe if we're going to go and have another big run, Link will be the first to move. Targets for Link is living at around $73. So as we were patient for Solana, taking it from down there to about 240, I think Link is due for another move. Okay, it doesn't mean that Solana can't go higher as well, but I think the more gains are going to be made on Link at the moment as opposed to Solana. Coin that's also been really highly anticipated for another breakout is XRP, and I think it's going to surprise everybody. So it had a little bit of a breakout right now. It should probably go test $2.80 again, and if that holds as a good base, it will be a really good move to maybe finish off XRP, giving it its final leg like Solana just did, meaning XRP is living here somewhere. Okay, so fingers crossed. That's everything from now. I also said I'll do some requests if there's any. So let's quickly have a look and see if there's any requests. Let's see what we have. Thanks, Sophia, for the comments. It's just the beginning. Pump and dump and pump, and then we'll see 130 in no time from XID on Twitter. So maybe that's the case. Just a quick reminder, guys. Content brought to you by ByBit. Back the channel that backs your trades. Open your ByBit account using my partner link. If you want to load there, make sure that it just says crypto EMC. What will happen is there will be additional funds put into your account, compliments of ByBit, so deposit bonuses for you guys. And in addition to this, it will also give you access to my buddy indicator. So powerful tool to help you navigate the markets and in what direction to trade. So the buddy indicator is also saying to you guys, look for a short. Okay, so the buddy was moving the short in there, and it's very simple. It prints these purple lines in advance. You enter between the lines TP1, 2, and 3. Try and trade in harmony with the trend. It's normally the best way to go about this. If you understand divergences and so forth, all the tools and educational stuff is there in the Discord that you can use the indicator. So it's a nice training wheels indicator. Okay. On the daily time frame, buddy, on the 4-hour time frame, buddy says there might be some more momentum left there. Okay, there was the long that it gave you guys this morning. So it said strong bullish divergence, get in on the purple and TP1, 2, and 3. Now remember, this is a really high risk to reward ratio, so you don't need to squeeze everything out of it. Okay, there it went short, enter between the purple, TP1, didn't quite get to TP2 and so forth. It has about a 65% success ratio, guys. Anything above that, in any case, I think is unrealistically obtainable, which means that if you've got a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, you're in the money. This has got a 1-to-9 risk to reward ratio in the setups. So one good trade can afford you 9 losing trades with a 65% success rate on average. That does the work for you. Okay, so it takes away the guessing. So if you're new to trading, that's what you need to have to just kind of get you in the right game. Remember, not financial advice. You're going to have to do the work. And yeah, and that's it. Okay, there you have it. Now, let's see what else we have. I cannot read that. I am sorry. Maybe he is swearing at me. Maybe he's saying hi. But in any case, thanks for the comment nonetheless. Inas is asking for AR. So let's use the buddy indicator and let's have a look at AR real quick. So we're going to go and have a look at AR. Okay, so buddy said strong bearish divergence, gave you the entry between the purple lines, TP1, TP2, TP3 on the 4-hour time frame. So the momentum is bearish on AR at this stage. It's bearish on most of the alts at this stage, understanding that Bitcoin is moving into this area where a lot of short sellers are going to start entering, like I've explained earlier during the video. Also, something worth noting on the 4-hour time frame for this is there's your strong bearish divergence, okay, and there's the support, and we've lost that. We know the rule with losing the bearish divergence pivot, okay, that's the thou shall not cross line, so we've lost that already. We've now tested it, so we're going to try and go to the next area where support was. So the simplest way to look at that is when was strong bullish divergence present? there was strong bullish divergence present. So if I were to look at this, I would say support lives at 6, price is currently at 7. So there's a lot of room for drawdown. Do I want to see price lose these areas where resistance was? No. So I would say that I would expect to start buying it around $6.60 to try and trade this thing back up into newer highs. Now that's a 4-hour analysis. If we go on to a weekly analysis, look at where we're at right now. The larger time frame spot play would be $16 as an area of resistance. Purely structure-wise, structure analytics. You can see there, see what price did. It turned that into resistance. All of this is unsustainable gains, hence the fact that there was divergence there. So the market will go and fill these gaps. So if it's going to do that, it's going to do exactly the same. Can it overshoot? Yes, can overshoot. Can it go make a higher high? Yes, if it does, it changes the whole picture. But for now, that would be the play for this one on the weekly time frame. Hope that sorts you out, buddy. 16 minutes in, this is going to be a short one. Why? Because I want to get into trading myself. It's going to be a busy week. So prepare yourself for what Wednesday holds. And that's it. Now, guys, if you want to claim your indicator, you've already opened your account, you go to navigation in my Discord, links in the video description, and then you can go to partner roles. So if you get these partner roles, get the ByBit partner role, okay, click on that ticket, send me your ByBit user ID, and if all is good, you will have the buddy indicator appear right here in your indicator menu. So you're going to click on the little indicator button, and then this tab will appear, invite only. And if you click on it, that will happen there, the buddy indicator. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Right, that's everything from me. You have a lovely day. Thanks so much. Let's see if there's any last comments. Not seeing anything. Also, there's a few more comments, but nothing too crazy. Thanks so much, guys. You have a lovely day, and chat to you soon. Cheers.